Chaos in downtown Dallas this afternoon. People running in fear after an incident at a national cheerleading competition inside the Kay Bailey Hutchison Convention Center. We are glad you are with us tonight, everybody. I'm Teresa Woodard. We just learned the National Cheerleader Association competition will resume tomorrow. It was canceled for the rest of today. That information came out from organizers within the last 20 minutes or so. Dallas police have also provided some clarity about what did and did not happen. So let's start with that. Police say a fight broke out at the National Cheerleaders Association competition this afternoon. It was between two parents. Police say multiple poles fell down during that fight. That caused loud noises, and people wrongly thought those were gunshots. That led to a stampede. Multiple people sustained non-life-threatening injuries in all the chaos. Many families thought there was an active shooter. Dallas police say that was not the situation. There was no shooting. Now, Varsity Brands runs the National Cheerleader Association competition. That organization sent this statement earlier. They say, quote, "We want to thank the Dallas Police Department for their help assessing and controlling the situation, as well as the first responders who assisted those impacted. As a precaution, we suspended activities for today, and we will continue to work with event staff and local authorities to ensure a safe environment for our athletes to finish competing when we resume tomorrow." We have live coverage for you tonight. Richard Solomon with families who experienced this chaos at one of the largest sporting events the city of Dallas hosts, with competitors being ordered to stop performances and get off the floor. But first, we want to get to Chris Sadeghi, who saw the chaos firsthand, because Chris was here at our studio, which is very near the convention center. Chris?
Yeah, Teresa, it is right next door, and we saw everybody running. We saw people trying to hide. It was obvious their survival instincts had kicked in, because at the time, this is what they thought was an active shooter situation. Now, since then, we know police have come out and said there was no shooting, but certainly the level of fear was there that would make you think that some people thought that this really was a shooting happening in front of them. We stepped out to see what was going on and saw people hiding in the bushes not far from our lobby, while others were running with urgency as fast as they could. From talking to many of them, they all had very similar stories. They said they heard a loud commotion, loud banging, and then people running. And when you put those elements together, instincts told others to start running as well. Soon it turned into a full-on stampede to get out the doors of the Omni and the convention center. Some people were hurt in the process of that stampede. We could see cheerleading teams and families on the phone trying to get in touch with one another, trying to set up a reunification point for those that got separated. There was a heavy police presence at the hotel, and although police say there was no shooting, one mother took us through the chaos and fear that sent thousands running for safety.
There was a big fight, and it just blew out. And then somebody kept saying there's a gun, and the cops kept saying no, there's no gun, but they said there's a gun, there's a shooter. And so I had her, and the kids were already on their cheer for it, but people were everywhere. They were falling, shoes were everywhere, makeup, everything was everywhere.
Yeah, so a lot of chaos and confusion at the time. Right now, they've opened the street back up here in front of the convention center. There are a few cheerleaders still milling about. Most of them have gone back to their hotel, as competition will resume tomorrow, as we just got that word. Police so far, no word on arrest or any of the exact details of what happened inside. We're still learning, hoping to learn that information soon. But for now, I'm going to send it over to Richard Solomon, who's also downtown and has more on these families that were right in the middle of all this panic. Richard.
Yeah, Chris, I can tell you the fight, the chaos, it happened hours ago now. But after speaking with people all afternoon, even early this evening, the fear is still very much with them right now. DPD actually set up a reunification center that's up on Lamar Street, a couple blocks from where we're at now. We're standing on Commerce Street. Chris, we chose this spot because this is where people tell me in the midst of everything, after they grabbed their loved ones, they came over here to get away from everything happening at the convention center. Now, I want you to look at some of this video. This is what we shot moments after everything erupted. Those I spoke with say they're just thankful that their loved ones are okay. Police say the sound was poles falling, but I'm told by people who were inside, they thought they were gunshots. The noise was so loud. Now, this is supposed to be a huge weekend here in Dallas, not only for the city, but the sport as well. Let me put this into perspective for you. The 2025 NCAA All-Star National Championship It's actually tabled as the largest cheer competition in history. We're talking more than 30,000 athletes from 43 different states and 9 countries. It's expected to generate $64 million. Now, we know organizers and police, they've canceled the competition for the rest of the day, and we just heard that things will pick back up tomorrow. But I spoke with a grandmother who was in the midst of everything happening, looking for her grandchild.
It was pure chaos and panic. We heard the quick bang, just the quick popping noise, which people just started screaming, run, and that's what we did. Yeah. We ran and we got out of there as fast as we could.
Again, we've just learned the competition will resume tomorrow, but for now, athletes say they're just going to try to enjoy tonight, try to pull some positivity surrounded by those they love and care about, and get ready for tomorrow. For now, live in downtown Dallas, I'm Richard Solomon. Teresa, back to you.
Okay, Richard, thank you so much for your coverage tonight, and to Chris Sadeghi as well. We are going to continue working to find out what might have led to the fight in the first place and whether there were any arrests. Please stay with us on air, online. We are always on WFA+, which is free on your Roku, Amazon Fire, or Apple TV.